Are rallying for state dollars to keep child care centers open after federal funding runs out next month. This is a live look in Durham as they make their voices heard. A survey shows 29% of child care providers expect to close without that funding. That's more than 1,500 programs gone, and nearly 92,000 slots for children could disappear. WRAL's Matt Talhelm is live in Durham with the message parents and providers are sending to lawmakers. Matt?
Yeah, Gerald, this rally in Forest Hills Park is just getting started here. And you can see behind me, they are starting to share stories. These are parents, child care providers, and their supporters. North Carolina got $805 million in pandemic funding for child care. It helped provide and hire more caregivers and help those providers pay higher wages. But when that money is gone, more parents could face a tough decision: go to work or stay home with the kids.
Joy Lampkin Foster is rallying her Durham community to fight for child care funding.
I think the message is invest in child care, invest in parents, invest in families, and most of all, invest in children.
She knows the cost as a mom with a 5-year-old at home.
For me, it's been a pretty significant barrier for my household to be able to afford that at this time.
Time is ticking down to the end of June. That's when federal grants that allowed child care providers to increase employee pay and expand to serve more children for the last 3 years run out.
If these child care centers close down, that means that so many of us can't go to work, or so many of us have to take cutback hours.
Well, the child care crisis is about to worsen.
Janet Singerman is co-leader of the North Carolina Child Care Referral and Resource Council. The council did a survey of child care providers across the state about the impacts of this funding cliff. 88% expect to increase parent fees when the grants run out. That could cost families with infants or toddlers $13,000 more each year. Parents of preschoolers could pay $11,700 more. And care for school-age children could cost working families $9,100 more a year.
I think it impacts the child. I think it impacts the family. I think it impacts the child care provider. And I think it impacts our employers and our economy.
That's why these families are urging state lawmakers to replace the lost federal funds with $300 million.
Child care is an equity issue. I think our legislators see it as an extension of women's work. And so we have been woefully underfunded for decades.
Back out here live, the rally continues here as these stories are being heard of the impacts of the costs of child care here. This rally will continue here at Forest Hills Park for about another hour. And then on Thursday, child care providers and families are taking that message to the General Assembly for a rally outside of that building to bring those state lawmakers the message.
Matt Talhelm live in Durham. Thank you, Matt.